Good morning, guys. Woo! Big day today. Big day in the world of Blueboy Brown. Big day. If you ever watch that television show, he says, big shoe, big shooting Nate. And that big shooting Nate involves, let me see, what do I got involved in here? Preview. I'm going to open up preview. And I'm going to open up something on, here. My latest screenshot. So be this. Blueboy Brown Comics started building the Kickstarter campaign page last night. Give me a while to create a great campaign, but a physical copy is on its way. And it is. It will be here before the end of the year. Probably give me a month to work out the campaign pages and promote it and all that other stuff, because you can't just simply, there it is. Got to talk about it. You got to pump it up, which is what I'm doing starting today. And so get ready for it, guys. Now, how big the book becomes, it'll either be a 6-issue installment arrangement for the first book, or it'll be half the book. Then another half book will come out in the early part of next year, and then or it'll be the whole dang thing, which is like 152 pages. That's if I have a massive campaign, and I'm not gonna. I don't have to have a massive campaign to have the first book out, but then it'll be, like remember Man of Steel? That was like 6 issues. Okay. Remember Man of Steel back in 1980, 86 or 87? And it came out, and it was like Man of Steel 1, Man of Steel 2, all the way up to 6. And, DC does that all the time. Why can't I do that? I will if I want to. Because, I'm the publisher. I do as I want. Okay. So there you go, guys. It's Blueboy Brown, and we're coming to fruition. Been working on this for 2 years. We've been online. Well, the website's been active for since January. We've been doing this thing since early May. So that's a big deal. Early May. So early May is what? May, June, August, middle of September. So 3.5 months we've been doing this. So that's pretty good. Okay. So, and so today today I'm working on page 128. Yesterday I did 125. Let's open up 125. That's not what I'm working on. 125. 125. Yeah, I was working on 125. Got that done, which was a thorn in my side. I had just kind of, blown it off. This because I didn't have this thing here done, and the little girls here, I hadn't drawn them in, and so I drew them in. And now I got that done. So, and this is what it'll look like. This is the print size, so it'll look tight, nice and tight. And then here's page 126, 127. Here's 127. And now we're going to work on page 128. And I've already got it scanned. And I have it. And everybody should sign up for my newsletter. 'cause I got all types of stuff in here, including my writing process, how I get these ideas, how they are playing out, how they are not purely abstract indications of what the world is like. That it's actually the world actually is lot like what I'm saying, which is something I've told my students for many years, that an artist tells you the world is like this. Believe me now, listen to me now, believe me later. Um, and I can truthfully say, probably, that the world is a lot like what I'm describing. Now now I have some, these guys are going over the panel borders, so I gotta clear this out. I've already got my panel borders stuck in as my mask. Now I gotta get those out. Gotta do that little thing. Oh, I got this here too. Like this whole thing right here. Yeah. Oh, stop it. I'm gonna use you for a while. Um, I think I'll just have him coming over the border. I don't want the whole thing. I did have the whole thing coming out, didn't I? Huh. Well. Let's work on this. Okay. Oh, this whole area. I'm just this whole area here has to be cleaned out. What I don't get, I'll figure out when I'm putting the color in. So you guys been hankering for a physical copy of this book. Gonna get it soon. It's gonna be beautiful too. Really beautiful. Fortunately, I've been doing this kind of stuff for many years, and so I can affect the design as I please. Oh yeah, okay. I got this kid over here. I do that. Okay, this whole thing has to go all the way over here. I got to fix that little mistake. That's not a big one though. Die. Mm. Oh, come on. Uh, and not that. this. Okay, then get the old eraser out and just barely get that. Okay, what else do I have? Probably up here. Do I have anything here? Look, I don't think I do. This may be it. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Now, but I do have to get rid of these lines that are not to me liking. I guess I could just erase them. Why don't I do that? Is what I'll do. Oh, I'm putting in a layer. Geez. And then I put Shift F5 white so that I can erase up here. Won't be a big deal. Now my wife's going to get mad at me because I moved the furniture. Hold on a second. Oh God, help me! Help! Hold on a second, guys. Nobody. Okay, I'm back. I'm always having to open the front door. So, boy. So I'm just gonna erase these lines that I don't want there. Just having to expand the border. Of course, this one is not easy to do. Okay, won't be that bad. Okay, get rid of this. Get rid of this. Get rid of these. This here. Okay. That right there. I'm going to have to draw that guy's hip back in there. But let me see. Yeah, just draw it back in there. You don't want it to be too big. Stroke. Yeah. Okay. and then really reduce the size of that eraser and get that. Okay, I did it. Okay, yeah. And let me make sure I got this correctly. Yep, okay. So, yeah, I have to turn this into an ink drawing. And I do that by selecting the levels and increasing the contrast dramatically. Do a little bit of that. And I got that. Okay. So now I'm going to add 1, 2, 3 layers. This is my color layer. Has to be a multiply. This is my tone layer. And this is my shadow layer. Get rid of my self here so you can actually see. I'll get rid of my dock so you don't have to be distracted by all that. Okay. And so tone has to be my yeller, old yeller. And that's it. I guess I forgot to turn it into a multiply layer. There it is. Okay. And I didn't seem to miss any of the spots of the border except right there. I see right there I missed the border right there. That's about it. I think it's the only place I missed. So, you see there's been a lynching. You guys get to have a preview of what's going to happen. And this all becomes quite understandable as we get into the meat and potatoes of the story. See, I did a good job, didn't I, sweetie? Look, baby, I did a good job. Yeah, I did a good job. Married man has to hold on to each instance in which he can get his wife to admit that he did a good job. This is important. Those of you that are married are nodding your head and saying, "Yeah, I've been there. I've done that." Okay. So now we get our light areas, the lightest areas, which is the whole point of putting in the tonal area, so you can have a sort of a middle. It's not exactly a middle value. And a little bit of that. Then okay, may do a little bit of drawing in there. Boo, 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 boo. Oh, look at that! What I do? Oh, okay, I can get rid of that. Okay, no problem. Okay, these are not your friendliest birds. But if you've ever, well, you don't have to live in the Midwest or anywhere. There's vultures everywhere, carrion birds wherever you go, because things die out in the wild. Things die, and what happens? Well, Birds eat them. So what carrion fowl are all about. They eat dead things. Ugh. But we'd have all types of stuff dead all over the place if that didn't happen. So they have their place. It's just here it's kind of not kind of thing you want to think about it too much. Here's this is almost a portrait of my closest friend from graduate school. One of those faces nobody could dislike. Just the minute he walks in, you go, oh, I like this guy. Do 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 do. And then I'm going to leave this guy dark. And I'll take this. I'll take all this out so that he's silhouetted a little bit more. Okay. And a little bit of light on the old mule head. Okay. 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 Now I can add some color. Okay. Now, looking at page 120, this is 128, so I might as well save the sucker before I do something stupid and lose everything. So I'm going to save it. Page 128. Okay, now we got it. It's at least labeled 128. So here's 127. So we want to get some of our colors from there. Get that. I get rid of the tone. And so I guess we can go after the theory here. Huh. Okay. That's not. That's the tonal area. Okay. There. I thought that was a weird color. Okay. So I might as well. I created my Kickstarter campaign page last night. It's just the very beginning, so I'm not going to share it for a few days. I've got to do several things. One of those things, I create a little montage movie, which I'm pretty good at. I've done this before. I just use iMovie. I could use Premiere Rush because I got that on my Creative Cloud account. But I've been using iMovie so many years. It's just easy to do iMovie, which is not much different than Premiere Rush. Not much different at all. And it gives you real good results. And so I can do a montage. I've been looking at a lot of these YouTube videos of people, talking about this and that, especially this guy. Before I got my iMac, I was watching this guy doing all these recommendations and showing how to really make your make a used iMac, which is what I got. I got a 2013 iMac, which rocks. It rocks. Does everything I needed to do. Because you're seeing this without any lag time. Before I got that, I was showing rapid slideshows. It really ticked me off. So, so I was watching this guy, and he showed how you could really make your iMac just turn into a monster machine, which I didn't have to do because I got it from Experamax in Jupiter, Florida, and it was already done that way by some real experts. So I got a 1 gigabyte video card, which these days I guess that's not a big deal, but just enough to get these things done because I really don't have any other use for having a gigabyte video card. What's the point? Okay, and I'll have to draw over that and make it more ground-like. Hey, yeah, I have to do a lot to that, and so I'm gonna change the color of this a little bit. Let me see. Make it 20 magenta, 20 cyan, and 40 yellow. Okay, for over here. I want to be slightly different. I don't know why, but I do. I might have to draw that silhouette area of the tree again. Who knows? I did this on a inky dinky little sketchbook, and then I blew it up and I traced it in on the bristle board, which I absolutely love doing. And so I did this. So this is kind of sketchy up here, even though I did it on bristle board. I guess I was trying to ramp up my production, and I did. Got the whole thing done. Ooh, I got all the preliminary sketches done a year ago, this last July. Whoa. Had a celebration doing that. Took me a long time to get them done. Had to get all my chops back for doing comics. I hadn't done comics in 4 years. And so there's lots of things to get caught up on. So I think I can do it a lot quicker now for the second book. I have to because I got 9 books. I don't want to have to go buy myself a Wacom display tablet. It cost a lot of money. A whole lot of money. Though you could ramp up, you could really decrease your production time a whole lot by having a Wacom tablet. Just draw the dang surface. You just do some layout sketches and get it in there, but it also means you don't have any physical originals, which I kind of like having physical originals. But all the physical originals are part of my bequeath to my niece and nephew. When I leave this world, hopefully I'll give them 1,000 or more of these things to have in their hot little hands, and who knows what they can do what they want with them. But But it all depends upon whether or not this becomes a significant story. I think it will be. Um, I've got the story already written, and I know that it's going to get better than I have it now because I always do rewrites. I get new insights into the condition of we human beings on this planet and how I can express it in a more cogent way so that we become real human beings and not walking zombies. These zombies that are going on throughout all of culture are not there by happenstance. In a way, human beings are acting like zombies half the time. Reminds me of Vincent Price movie, The Last Man on Earth. I've forgotten the name of the author who wrote the Richard Matheson. Ah, yes. Well, thank God, I haven't even been taking Prevagen. I remembered Richard Matheson's name. Not a wonderful thing if you were the last person on Earth and the rest of humanity were vampires. At least I wouldn't be stupid enough to fall in love with one of them. I know that. See, just a little bit to go here. Okay. Okay, maybe I can change the color of this a little bit. So 20, 40, 20. Okay. How about 30, 30, 50. Okay. Okay. Okay, over here. Do. You see, I love drawing horses. Boy, lots of fun. Magnificent animals. Absolutely magnificent animals. What happened there? Oh, I see. I left a gap. Ooh, I forgot my watercolor layer. That's why I'm having a time here. I can fix that real easy. Where's my watercolor layer here? See, big dummy. Where's my watercolor layer here? Well, okay, somewhere out here, I'm going to find my watercolor layer. Where's my water? Okay, I'm going to have to open up somewhere I have a watercolor layer that I can access. Yeah, I've been forgetting to put my watercolor layer. Okay, I know where I've got a watercolor layer. Got it on my cover variant. There, I got a watercolor layer right there. Okay, we'll put these on all of these. I hope you like my variant cover for Blueboy Brown #1. So here we have 128. Okay, now, there. Now I'm going to have to, yeah, its opacity is at 70%. That's way too much. 100% is way too much. So this really should be about 50%. Yeah, because at print size, it'll all come out in wash. It'll look like watercolor layer easily. Okay. So back to coloring this thing. Oh, I can only do this today for about an hour and a half because we have a refrigerator coming in at this afternoon. We got to get prepared for these guys to get the old refrigerator cleaned out and get ready to have it hauled away. And yeah, here. That's a lot of fun. Fortunately, we've been kind of paring down our store things in the refrigerator for about a week, so it's not got a lot of stuff in it. And so I'm going to make this a little bit bluer. Yep. Just for variety sake. You will still ask yourself, why a lynching? There's a real good reason for it. It plays into the entire reasoning behind the whole dadgum book. Without this lynching, the book doesn't happen. So you'll see later on. I got the whole thing mapped out. It makes sense. It's poignant. It's gut wrenching. You're gonna love it. Better do that, yeah, like that. Okay. Ow. I guess I could work on those dad burn birds. So they're deep grayish brown. So there may be some. I don't want to put too much black in there. I don't like black. So I'd rather this be 85, 85, 85. And maybe make this 80. So it's a little more, let me see, magenta and yellow or orangish. You see what it'd be like 75. No, more like 78. Okay, let me try that. Okay, still having color, goody. I'm going to do some highlights in this. I have done an incredible amount of research, both historical research and logical research. Okay, if you know the structure of logic has to do with creating a premise and then a proposition. I'm not, don't hold me to this because I'm not a logician. Anyway, you set up a premise and a set of circumstances, and you say, does this flow from the premise? Does the natural conclusion flow from the premise? Does it make sense? But this would happen. And that's what I've been working on. It has to make perfect sense that this would happen so that you see the true face of evil. That's what the whole thing is about, that we understand the true face of evil. We understand it, and that's the only way you can combat it, is to understand the true face of evil. If you don't understand it, it's too easy to become a part of it. I'm a 67-year-old guy who lived through the 60s and 70s and 80s and 90s, and I've seen a lot and I've noticed a lot. And unlike myself at a younger age, I am not impressed with a whole lot of things anymore. Ooh, ooh. Slightly different color. Just the slightest difference because you don't want them to just merge. I can play around with that in the shadows and stuff like that to make sure that doesn't happen. Anyway, this is one of the things I've been doing for a long time, long before I actually ever got to the writing of the comic. I understood how to make things flow from an initial set of circumstances so that you say, now I understand how this happened. I understand how this happened because these set of circumstances were in place. And of course, this could happen. And everybody who has lived long enough knows that anything that can happen will happen. Especially when you understand that evil has no ethical limitations. They don't say, oh, I could never do that. No, they wouldn't be evil if they had limitations. So the most disgusting things you can think of are just happenstance to evil. Evil just goes, oh, sure, I can do that. You and I, being just regular folks, would go, how could you even think about that? But evil has no limitation. That's why they get away with murder. But nobody gets away with murder. In the end, you get your comeuppance. There is no truly getting away with murder. You may think you've gotten away with it. You got nothing coming, bud. Okay. Do. And these guys got ugly heads. They're just pinkish heads. Let me see if I got any more. Yeah, I got a little bit of this. Years ago, while doing research for my classes, I teach art history, but I don't just teach art history, because art history is just a way of looking at the world, because it depends on who you're looking at, what you're thinking about, and who you think's important, and everything like that. A year, 100, say it, 60, 70 years ago, nobody was looking at Bouguereau. Nobody, except a few people who liked academic art at that time. But Bouguereau now is coming back. Bouguereau is so it tells you that in history, it's all written by the people who have publishing contracts and what they want to promulgate and everything like that. And it's not really about whether or not anything's any good. Some of the stuff done in 19th century academic stuff is just disgustingly stupid and cloying and sentimental and stuff like that. But even a guy like Bouguereau, who did do some really dumb looking stuff, um, he did some amazing paintings. Amazing paintings. I don't know where I'm coming from with that. Anyway, looking at the way history is written. Maybe I may need to make those a little more grayish. Okay. And probably should go back to that kind of pinkish color for their feet. Okay. And maybe I can bring this out a little bit, because I did have it up there. Where I had sort of a little bit of a white plume around the edge of the do. And I should probably go down to my anyway. I was telling my Patreon folks that get ready for a wild ride come the end of this book and into book 2. You are not ready for it. You'll understand that I've been working on this, getting it to this point for 100 and something pages. But it's very calculated how I've worked this out, so that when you see it happen, you go, you'll knock your socks off. And it's the most difficult thing I've ever had to do as an artist. Absolutely the most difficult, because it's the kind of thing that nobody wants to even look at or think about. But I think it's important. And well, looky, those vultures are starting to look like vultures. And I'm going to have to add some red in there because this guy's been torn up. Okay, let me see. This is the time in the book where I have worked my behind off, setting things up. It's been I've got a lot more white hair than I had. And I have read so much. I have studied so much about different things going on here and there in the world, and I love this. This is good. This is a variant cover, but it is comes out of the first part of the book, in which Grandpa Blue shoots a Confederate officer who's following him and about to stick him through with a saber. Grandpa turns around and shoots him between the eyes. Didn't realize these guys, come from the hill. Well, everybody knew how to use a gun back then. Everybody knows how to use a gun. Unless you were a city slicker from New York, from Brooklyn or something like that, you knew how to use a gun. If you were from where I base a lot of this on my great grandfather, who was in the Civil War. These guys, and he was from one of my great sources of pride, is he was born in Metropolis, Illinois. You can't be a Superman comic book fan without saying Metropolis, Illinois. When I first saw that in the census back in the 80s, when I was doing the research for this, I was going, what? Anyway, everybody knew how to use a gun, especially a rifle. This guy turned around and shot him between the eyes. Made the mistake of going after him with a saber, thinking he was going to get cool with this guy on foot. So this is him getting shot out of horseback. I don't show the Grandpa Blue. I just show this guy because I just wanted to make it simple enough to be a nice graphic for the cover. Where am I? Oh, so now got to look at the color of Joby. I have a very special affinity for Joby since it's my grandfather's name. It's the firstborn, which my grandfather was, and my father was the firstborn too. I'm not the firstborn. So I get to look at firstborns with a certain amount of theatrical distance. I'm not the firstborn, so I understand what goes on with firstborns probably a little bit better than firstborns do. Oh, what was that? Is that somebody saying something? I don't think so. No, I ain't got that kind of luck. Where am I getting these? Okay. So that's I probably need to get rid of my mail programs. I think they're driving me nuts with the dingies. Anyway, Uh, well, here I am with this horse. So I kind of understand firstborns because I got a big brother who I've known all my life. I understand his firstborn foibles. Firstborns are used to being the alpha male, especially males. They're used to being, well, it's the same with firstborn females. They're just used to, you know, being the leader of the pack. Probably old Joby has a problem being, I'm the leader of the pack, but now the beta dog here is a head taller than me. That's sort of like a reverse of my experience as a kid because my brother, by the time he was Blueboy's age, 12, 13 years old, he was way over 6 feet tall. So I messed with my brother. Let me see. Okay. Let me grab that color from Yogi. Okay. And probably should make that a little darker. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, it's better. Okay. And then the color that we just got him as a regular color for his tail, so I just stick with that. If I have to fix it later, I will. Okay. What color was Joby wearing? He's wearing that color. Boo, 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 boo. Okay. Okay, let me see. Since I've done this before, I just done all his hat colors. And I'll try to do something similar to that. Okay. Okay, now let me see. Got this color for his coat. And there also. Okay. And okay, see his color of his pants here. And see, here's his pants over there. And color of his saddle, which I should have got before. And put it right here. And look what I didn't do. Okay, I got that. Now, well, I guess I might well. Well, let me see. Get some true gray. Boo. Let's make this 42, 42, 42, and a little more cyan than the rest, and that's the color of the tree. The color of the tree. Okay, here too. And being a big dummy, I forgot to do this horse. Okay, doke. Let me see. And here, do. Gotta do this. Do. So this gives me up to page 128. This is only Wednesday, so I should be able to get 129, 130. So I'm up to page 123 now. So 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So this is the last page for next week. Lordy, I better get a lot done the next few days, just so I can still be a couple weeks ahead. I got something coming up where I'm not going to be able to have a broadcast every day. Not like anybody gives a hoot, but there might be a few people cry over it. And so I need to be a few weeks ahead. I'm almost finished this book, so by the middle of October, I'm done. I'm not gonna work on any more after that. It's just, it's time to go. Time to get started on the second book and get the first hard copy out as we go along. Get on and get towards the second book, get that done in a reasonable amount of time, and then go on to the third book. It's going to blow everybody's minds. I have some new characters coming into the story in the second book that that are wonderful characters, absolutely wonderful characters. I love them. One of the things you have to do when you're doing drama like this, if you're getting into drama, it can't be drama all the time. You have to have some kind of release mechanism so it's not all just gloom. I'm not writing Bram Stoker's Dracula, where there is no humor. Nobody's having any fun. Just worrying about where those dadgum vampires gonna get us. And let me see. Need some skin color. I don't know. Here we go. Some skin color. We'll just start with old Blueboy. I can whiten his teeth in a second. Okay. The hammer is not going to be pink. His skin's not going to be looking human. It's going to be gray and purple. Okay. So back to purplish color. And I'm going to add another layer. And it's just going to be Leroy. Okay. You'll see my rationale for doing this in a second. Okay, down here we just got regular skin tones. Go over this so that some parts are skin tonish, other parts are purplish because ain't no blood coming. There's no blood going on here. Okay, a little bit more of that. then play around with some of this. Oh, where was it? Yeah, he had better draw this down here. Wasn't too clear about this. A bat dingling. Yeah, that. Okay, better. Yeah, that's way ahead there. So now, and now we go into this a little bit. Doo-doo. Okay. Okay, now we got here. Now I have to go back. I have to remember what color clothes Blueboy was wearing. Let me get this horse colored first. This mule colored first. Okay, that'll help me a little bit. Haven't got much time left to do this. Did a lot of research on mules, and they do have that color. It's a nice color for a mule. It's like a bay color for a mule. Bay is not either a mule's neither a male or a female. It's a eunuch. Can't reproduce. Even if it turns out to be a female, it's barren. If it's male, it can't do nothing. Remember old Festus Hagen in Gunsmoke referred the name of his mule was Ruth. Well, it wasn't any old normal Ruth. Ruth as we think of Ruth. It was Baron Ruth. Okay. And then a little bit of this up here, and I probably misdrew this. I'm going to have to redraw this. Should do that right now. Been a while since I was on the farm. So okay. Now I gotta erase a few things. Okie dokie. Let me see. Okay, and color of the tack would be that color. That's what I'll use. I'm going to shave down that line. It's a little too, it's a lot too, so it looks like I'm going to give myself a month to get everybody all hyped up about the quick starter campaign. Seems like a healthy thing to do. Okie doke. And I'll use that color for the saddle over here. Ah, that was a bit clumsy. My hand slipped a tiny bit. Okay. So now what color was this creep Leroy wearing when he got himself stuck in jail? Okay. Okay. I would be in the past 23, 34, 35, 44, be past 53. So it would be in the let me slug. Let me see if I got page. No, I stop about page 42. You stupid sucker. Maybe I got it over here. Yeah, I do. So, where are we? Maybe I can see. Yeah. Easier to see that. Yeah. Not that. There. Okay, maybe that's one. Yeah. He's wearing that color outfit. About like that. Yep. That's what he was wearing. Okay. Got that. Oh, I forgot his chest there. That happens when you don't have all your. Oh, that's a tree limb. Okay. And do it over here too. Okay. And go back and get some of these colors. This is Leroy's color here. And here also. Whole area of him. Yeah, now I understand where this area is. What's going on here. And then down here, you'll give him a little more pinkish thing going on. Okay. And, okay, I had to get that color again. So I can be winding up for the day real soon. Yep, we got these appliance delivery people coming in. Have to deal with them. Okay. You see. Pinkish color for your head. Okay. Oh, blue skies. Skies are fairly clear because you had a huge rainstorm last night. That's usually the way it is after a rainstorm. You got a clear blue sky. I must admit, my time spent with Raffaelli at Pratt is coming to fruition. I wish the guy was alive. He died about 15 years ago, and man, I miss that guy. But Rolf, if you're up there in heaven looking down, I hope you notice what I'm doing. Part of this is because of you. Kindest, most patient teacher I've ever known. Smart as a whip, dang. And of course, you got all these great anecdotes. His grandfather knew Heinrich Ibsen. His grandfather knew Edvard Munch. You know, Jiminy Cricket. So I got to hang out with some high pedigreed folks. And it's not that I got to hang out with them, it's got that I got to be influenced by the weaving of themes that, because I'd been studying Aristotelian logic, make perfect sense. Now I understand something of the task of a story writer. If your intention is to do a great story, and that is my intention, I should have did that. I should have done that. Should have done that. Okay. Okay. Now, where am I? Well, do I have a coat on this old boy? I have a coat on him. I'm a big dummy. Well, I guess at the time I drew this, I hadn't thought about that. I got to go back and put a coat on Joby. Blueboy. Okay. Gotta be up where I can actually see the dang thing. Stop that. Ooh, what do you think you're doing? Okay. Is it too big? Strokes are too big. That's a little too small. Okay, it's like Goldilocks, just right. Okay. Probably could go over that a tiny bit. Give it a little more weight. Okay, now. Oop-a-doop. Okay. And color of this old boy's jacket is this thing. So I might as well do that now. Before I wind up this session today. Nope. Is that the color I had? Oh. Boo, boop, boop, boop. A little more like that. That wasn't what I wanted. And the color of boys. Don't have any color for Blueboy's pants except that. So I need to do that. And we're getting there. Okay. A little gray for this rock here. And this should be that. Dee-da-doo. Dee-da-da. Wah-da-doo. Okay. So about an hour and a half. I got about an hour and a half before these guys come in. So I want to be ready for them. So this is what I'm doing today. Let me get rid of Adobe Bridge so I can actually see what's going on here. One person been watching. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Every last one of you. You're missing something. Okay. So let me see. Did I say anything nice? Oh, good. Somebody liked my post. And I think they liked. Oh yeah, some of these people liked the fact that my COVID-19 results were negative. I do too. Just want to keep it that way. So, yeah, I would share this stream. Okay. Okay, I will share this stream, but I'll share it afterwards. Big dummies. Anyway, here I am. So I think this is what I'll finish this up tomorrow. It'll be real easy. Then I'll go on to page 129, 130, and that's probably what I'll just do. Scan these in a few minutes, and then get on with those. My Patreon members will get a heads up on the structure of my stories and the logic behind them. The rest of you guys just have to wait. But you'll see the reason behind it and how it all dovetails using logic that Mr. Spock would approve of. Okay, save that thing. Where are you? You. Yes, you. Old Blueboy Brown. This is Blueboy Brown Comics, and we're out of here today. We will be back tomorrow. Okay, so have a great Wednesday, guys.